Have you heard of the man versus bear thought experiment?
Yes, and I too would choose the bear.
Okay, so for our male listeners, set this up. What is this thought experiment?
So you can put any woman in your life like in the scenario.
Okay.
It's like, because you can even ask a man, like if it was your daughter who was in the woods,
Yeah.
would you want her alone in the woods with a bear or with a man?
Yeah, and what do women say?
Always they will pick the bear.
Always?
My algorithm might know me, but I have not seen one of the TikToks where someone picks the man.
Okay, so take me through the reasoning. Why is that?
Well, I guess like with a bear, you know what to expect. And you like, and it's like what it wants is very clear and it feels a little easier to navigate. And all bears are pretty much the same. With a man, it could be anything. And you don't know what to expect. And you don't know, the worst case with a man feels potentially worse than the worst case with a bear. Is that like, I mean, it sounds bananas, but that's how it feels.
This video has some women and moms upset. I'm about to play it for you, then explain what's happening.
Love me like a sailor, but I can't get it. Tell me what's my flavor. I don't believe God, but I believe that you're my savior. My mom says that she's worried, but I'm covered in the sailor.
She got a bit of criticism and it started an argument because people are saying, should kids start asking their dad's side of the story when their mom claimed that their dad didn't want them? You got some bitter moms in the comments saying that this is probably heartbreaking to her mom, that her mom knows best, because if he couldn't be a good husband, how could he be a good dad? Some say he could have been a great dad, but a horrible husband. Now, a lot of people stated that this happened to them where they were deprived from a relationship with their dad because of their mom. And they didn't find out the truth that their dad actually wanted them until they were older or adults. I'm gonna be honest with you. You should not stop a dad from being a dad because you got beef with him. That's weird. I'm not gonna sit here and say every dad is good. There are deadbeat and bad dads. But don't keep your kid away from the dad because you got some type of bitter beef with him. I'm happy for these two. Hope, you know, their relationship keep growing.
It's your boy,
This is absolutely ridiculous. This woman isn't upset because those men are staring at her. She's actually upset that they're not looking at her. That's right. She's so arrogant and thinks that what she's doing is so impressive that everybody in the gym should be looking at her, to the point where she says they were trying so hard not to look. And because those men aren't looking at her, that they're bitchy. One of the gentlemen saw this and commented. She replied it was his fault, the energy was off, and if she wasn't such a strong woman, she would have left the gym. He said she was entitled and reaching, which of course she was. But hey, that's social media and main character syndrome in 2025. Anything to be a victim or get attention, even when there is literally nobody doing a thing to you. You're ridiculous. Grow up. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
A lot of women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize he's not easy to deal with. A good man isn't convenient. He doesn't bend to chaos. He doesn't abandon his values just because emotions run high. If you've never experienced emotional maturity, you'll misread it every time. You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him distant because he protects his peace.
You call him detached because he refuses to beg for approval. But that isn't coldness. That's self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. He doesn't chase chaos. He doesn't chase emotional volatility. He builds, he leads, he creates order. And for people raised in dysfunction, peace can feel boring until it's gone. Stability doesn't trigger adrenaline, but it does build a life. A good man requires partnership, respect, and emotional regulation. Good men don't bend. They build. And the right woman doesn't fight that. She rises to meet it.
Every single man that I know will always tell me that a cute girl is way more attractive than like a super hot, like Victoria's Secret model type girl. Literally heard every single one of my guy friends talk about this before, and it stuns me. And then I just saw a dude make a video like this, and I had to weigh in. And like, I don't know what it is. Like, girls, tell me if I'm wrong or not, but when a dude calls me cute, I'm almost like, I'm sorry, what? Cute? Me? No, you got the wrong girl. But actually, it's apparently way better to be cute than it is to be super hot. 95% of men, if you put a cute girl, super cute girl next to a super hot girl, you put them side by side, 95% of men are gonna pick the cutie.
This is absolutely true, because cute equals nice, genuine, and down to earth, whereas hot can include bad attitude and arrogance. So yeah, for guys, when they're calling somebody cute, it's because of their personality combined with their outward appearance, whereas hot can just mean outward appearance.
Listen, I just want to give advice to women out there because I'm a little bit seasoned. If you have a good man, don't think you're going to find a better man somewhere else or leave him for a career. That's stupid as fuck. If you have a good man, stay with him and build with him and just be happy with what you have. Stop thinking there's something better. There isn't. There's not anything better out there. Stay with a good man. Because we get bored and we're like, oh, maybe I want to fuck with this athlete. They're anyway.
Well, not according to a lot of these females online who are trying to recruit other females and making sure that they stay single, making sure that they're the centering man. In fact, they're telling them that, look, there's always a better man out there. So if you're in a relationship and you have a small argument, something very, very, very tiny, right? You should leave him and go find somebody out there that's better than him.
There's a lawsuit not too long ago by an artist that was like hired to your label that was dismissed
twice.
What did you learn going through that?
Never work with women.
Oh, come on.
There's truth in every joke. But it's a sad truth. Like, I will never be alone in a room with a woman that I work with, like ever again.
Why?
It's too risky. That case was dismissed twice in two different states. And there's hardly no mention of it online. When that case was brought up, it was on every single blog, every single front page. And I lost so many brand deals, relationships off of a story that was not even slightly believable. She said I sacrificed a goat in a ritual. All people read was the headline, right? And that's all it takes to lose everything. That's a crazy concept. I lost millions of dollars off of an arbitrary story that some woman told. Like a crazy, crazy story that some woman told. So, with that being said, how can I be comfortable being in a room with a woman that I work with and not feel like she can just say whatever she wants? It's like, it's not worth it to me.
Particularly your generation of women who is extremely picky, and that could be a good thing and a bad thing. But I think if you are picky to a kind of crazy point, you either accept that you're never gonna find the guy, and if you're fine with that, then that's fine. But what I'm seeing is the majority of women are not fine with that. So you have to kind of get over yourself. You have to understand that you are creating a list that is insane, and so you have to literally sort of stand back and go, oh, okay, maybe it's me, which it could well be. Look at yourself and say, I accept that I'm not going to meet somebody because I only want somebody if they're under these circumstances, and then there will be consequences for being this picky. And if you're fine with it, I'm not the first person to say, live your life, do whatever you want.
You just may never find someone.
Exactly.
That's
and
the risk.
And this is why women say, we pick the bear. We pick the bear. And he knows I'm recording him too. Because there's so many empty ellipticals, and you pick the one.
who do you think you are? Like, you have main character syndrome. Who do you seriously think you are? You're in a public gym. That means there's loads of machines that are around and any machine can be used. What? Okay, so people can't look at you now. They can't pull out their phones. They also can't use certain pieces of kit if someone's next to them because that's going to get you in trouble. This is dumb. This is ridiculous. Maybe he struggles with autism or some other mental health condition, which means that he likes to use the same machine every single time. You haven't thought about that. Instead, you've plastered his face online and you've just created this narrative that doesn't even exist. Listen, if you want to use your own equipment and be in your own personal space, get your own gym, get a home gym. You're in a public gym. This is dumb. Like, you've made yourself look really stupid.
And honestly, he brought up a point that I never even thought about, to be honest. Maybe he has autism or something like that, and he likes to use the same machine every time. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be it. I be getting upset when I pull into a parking lot, and I pull at the back of the lot, and there'd be like 10 spaces. We did that the other day. Man, we went to go get some barbecue, and I specifically pulled like in a place where there was there wasn't nobody. Not 5 seconds later, well, it was like a couple of minutes later, some people pulled in, and when I'm telling you I'm away from everybody, I mean I'm away, right? There's plenty of like spots. There's like, I think the next person, in a parking lot where you had stalls or spots on both sides, and you could just drive through the parking spots. I think there was like 4 or 5, I want to say, spots in the distance. And those spots were empty too, because it was sporadic. It wasn't busy. You had cars parked in those different spots, right? Up closer to the front, you would expect. Instead of saying, oh, here he is in his car, let me park maybe a spot away, or over here on the other side. They come and they pull right up behind us. And me and my wife are like, why would you do that? So I get it, right? I understand it. It is annoying, but I didn't necessarily go straight to, this is why I choose the bear. And this is why I don't like white people right here, because they always want to be up in your space, and they always want to block you in. And when they block you in, they are pressing you. And that's what they keeping their thumb on me right now, because I'm a black man. I didn't do that, because that would have been stupid, and that would have been a reach, and I would have looked like an idiot.
Let it all go. Let it all go.
The post is, if your girlfriend looks better than your co-parent, you're going on child support. In my experience, wholly accurate, 100% accurate, without a single doubt. And you're probably going to have a whole custody battle on top of that. I swear it's true. I think this is hilarious, and I'm glad somebody else is saying it, not just me.
You guys expect men to throw money at you for no reason. That's why they don't want to provide. That's why they don't want to protect. Because you're bums. You're bums, okay? Also, and this goes for everybody, y'all need to pick a corner, take a seat, and just work on yourselves. This generation is up because everyone is out here dating each other through trauma. Y'all carrying trauma, dating each other. Here's dummy number 1 and dummy number 2, just dating and each other, energy exchanging, traumas, and traumatizing each other. We can't even blame our parents because motherfuckers are out here traumatizing each other. Take a seat. Be single for a while. Work on yourselves. Y'all don't realize it's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that you attract what you don't want and what you left behind because you're not getting the concept of a life lesson. Oh, you don't realize the people that traumatized you, their purpose in your life was to traumatize you into a life lesson. But since you're so closed-minded and so self-centered, you carry that trauma with you onto the next person, and you try to traumatize them before they traumatize you because you're in fear of them possibly traumatizing you with the what ifs. They're like that person. This is why I can't date. This is why I can't date now. Because y'all don't get it. No one gets it. Unless you're on this level with me, you're not going to get it. And here I am. I'm going to be that fat mirror right in front of your face. This is why I don't have friends either. Because people say some stupid like that to me. I'm going to reflect back to you and be like, hold on. Just take a look at yourself. Okay? Take a look at yourself. All right? That's it. That's all.
My question is, I'm a proud member of the First Wives Club. And my husband is on wife number 3 or 4. And I'm trying to figure out why after 20 years of being divorced, why is he on wife number and I'm single?
Because you're worried about what he's doing.
I was about to say that too.
Go ahead,
Donnie. No, ma'am.
Why are you even aware of what number wife this man is on?
Because he still lives in the house that we lived in.
Do you live there too?
No, ma'am.
That is no longer your home. That's his home. With his second wife, his third wife, and his fourth wife. You are still single because you are following behind his business. You have not spiritually disconnected, emotionally disconnected, or mentally disconnected.
If you're his garment and you don't say what he did as to why you really got a divorce, and you allowed him to have wife number 2, 3, 4. Allow?
All right, first is the title. You say you're the first wife versus his ex-wife. All right, that's the first piece.
I call him my husband.
Right. So first piece is you'd have to divorce him psychologically. All right, and then you have to set, whenever we're talking about heartbreak, you have to set a date for healing. All right, and when it's hard, because let's keep it real. Has anyone ever struggled when someone broke up with you? It was difficult for you to move on. I mean, everyone laughing. All right.
Not 20 years difficult.
But it's still there. It's still there.
20
it's still there.
Difficult. I am sorry.
Hey, listen.
This highlights the importance of emotionally breaking up and divorcing as well. Because sometimes we physically break up with a person and we assume just because their physical presence isn't in our life, that emotional presence and that spiritual presence isn't there. And sometimes you got to shade the out of your heart. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of that, because if you don't, what happens is you now start to have a relationship with a ghost. Hold on, listen. You are loving the ghost of this man. And let me tell you something. You've been having this relationship with the ghost of who he once was. You call that man your husband.
Was my husband.
Hold on, listen. So you have had a relationship with the ghost of this man for so long, it appears real to you. And let me tell you this. This is why every man that tries to come in your life is haunted by the demon you didn't expel. These thoughts, these behaviors, you have to change within yourself, but that's first letting go of that ghost you are now in love with.
My ex-boyfriend just got married. We broke up 3 years ago. He just got married. And then according to his wedding registry website and the story of their love, he was dating her while he was dating me. We were concurrent. And that's fun. Isn't that fun? And I'm not one for sharing on the internet. You know, I don't do that. But I feel a need to shout this from the town square. Because he took my virginity and then I guess took her on a walk. You know, I met his parents one weekend at their beach house, and then I guess she came up the next weekend. So isn't that fun? Isn't that fun to be a ghost? Be a ghost, be a mime. Hello, can anyone hear me? The answer is no. So this is wild. This is wild. Also, I was 20, he was 27. Crucial information there. You know, we isolated together during the pandemic, and I guess they did as well. When? Okay, so that's so fun. And if anyone has any tips on how to handle these feelings, because I don't even know what they are, thank you so much for the hack. The hack on how to deal with this. Because it's crazy, and it's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. Because what do you mean? Thank you.
I'm the shiz naive. You should follow my example, bitch naive. Cause I'm front row, Isaac, Ms. Naive. I'm the
cheating on them wasn't enough. Cheating on them wasn't enough. Embarrassing them to their faces, you know, it wasn't enough. These women had to go the extra, not even couple clicks, the extra couple clicks ahead and embarrass them, not only privately, not only locally, but publicly on the World Wide Web. They had to, and then not even just say, oh yeah, I cheated on my man publicly on the World Wide Web. No. Wasn't enough. They had to post his face. Not even just his face. Nope. That wasn't enough. They had to post his face smiling like, yep, that's me. I got cheated on. Yep. These women are demons. Evil. Straight from the depths of Hades with Cerberus and all them. Just, yep.
Y'all, there's something my husband told me in the shower that every wife and every husband needs to hear. So he was taking forever in the shower. Okay, so I came in and I'm like, babe, I'm finna take all the hot water. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. He said, I was just in here thinking about you. Instantly blushed. I don't care. I love my man. Instantly blushed. And I was like, what'd you think about? He goes, the helpmate that you are. There's things about me that I didn't even know until you believed it. And gifts that I have that I didn't even know I was capable of until you spoke it. And then he says, a lot of men don't know what's embedded in them until they have a wife who shines light on it. Then he hit me with the word. He's like, you know, death and life are in the power of the tongue. And you can have a wife whose words breathe life into you, or whose words slowly God planted in you. Y'all. And that hit me. See, I believe my husband can do anything, and can't nobody tell me different. I don't care. So in 2020, when the gym shut down, I wanted a squat rack built in our garage, and not just any squat rack. I wanted the squat rack that folded into the wall so that we could still park our cars there. And so I wanted my husband to build it. And he's like, babe, I do not know how to weld. I looked at him and I said, yes, you do. Like, you can do anything. What do you mean? And when I say within 3 days, I had a squat rack, I had a bench welded, I had a dip bar welded, I had the safety arms welded. And from that, he started making squat racks during the pandemic and made $40K in the first month. All right. Fast forward to 2025, my husband has a chiropractic table manufacturing business. He creates them, designs them. He figures out the innovative functions and all that stuff. And he tells me, I would have never known I could do this if it wasn't for you constantly pulling out of me what God placed in me. So y'all can say what y'all want to say about marriage. Say it's just a piece of paper. Say it's only for women. Say it's better to be single. But the Lord says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. And that's what we believe over here.
Yeah, these modern women don't care, man. I think Dazon was looking at women cheating and they don't care. They don't care. They think that they're pretty enough to outrun or outlive their mistakes. They think, oh, well, I don't have to worry about, not having a man. I don't have to worry about that because men are just going to come for me anyway, right? At some point in time, you have to realize that your luck is going to run out. That's what you are. You're getting lucky and your luck is going to run out. You're not going to be able to keep on treating men like this. Y'all are going to keep on jumping from man to man to man to man. And when that man and it usually happens this way, unfortunately, when that man that you really, really want, you finally get him after I don't know how many years, he finally breaks up with his girlfriend after 4 or 5 years. And now you've been in his face. So he says, okay, we'll give it a try. Because, some of these ladies, they don't look bad, right? Okay, we'll give it a try. She seems nice enough, but she's actually crazy. She's actually psychotic. And then when you realize, oh, shoot, actually, no. And then you get put right back into the dating pool because you're crazy. Or it could be the other way around. He's actually crazy. And instead of doing your research and vetting him, you're like, oh man, it don't matter how crazy he is, even though he's been showing these types of things and we can see that maybe there's an issue with him and his behavior. I don't care. I can change him because I'm unique and I'm special.
So let's nip this man versus bear conversation in the bud right now. The question is, would you rather be in the forest alone with a man or a bear? Not a or a bear. What percentage of men do y'all think are? That's what's really getting to me, because y'all make it seem like it's a 50% chance. Like, oh, he might me, he might not. Have you lost your mind? And before y'all answer that in the comments, because it is a question and I do want an answer, what percentage of men do y'all think are? And when you answer, I want you to put it in the form of a sentence of the men that are in your life. So that way we can bring this back to reality. So I want you to say, of my 3 brothers, 2 of them are. Of my 6 male cousins, 3 of them are. Of my 5 male friends, 2 of them are. I want you to give me those numbers. And I think about this in real life because I have brothers in real life. And if somebody out there chose to be in the forest with a bear as opposed to one of my brothers because you thought there was even a chance that one of them might rape you, bitch, fight me right now. No, fight me right now.
A woman will go in and interrupt his productivity in order to connect with him. And then get so upset by his reaction because she doesn't understand where it comes from. And one of the things that it took me a long time to learn, you know, I've been studying men since 1991. I asked Greg, I'm like, okay, so do you experience peace when what you've set out to accomplish is done? And sometimes Greg would look at me like I was slow, you know? And he's like, honey, being focused is peace.
She's the man whisperer, 30 years studying us, and she might know us better than we know ourselves. And I honestly don't know of one other voice who's more beneficial for our women today than hers. May God bless her and every other woman who takes the time out of their day to listen to what she has to say.
If you're a deadbeat man, you can rot in. If you're a deadbeat woman, queen, icon, revolutionary, a modern-day Gloria Steinem single-handedly ushering in fifth-wave feminism, which is just you sitting on the couch eating chips, binge-watching Gilmore Girls while you ignore all of your earthly responsibilities. You are the Susan B. Anthony of spending the day rotting on a bed of torn-open bags of Albanese gummy bears. You are the Betty Friedan of quitting your job and moving into your parents' basement to focus on your improv career. The feminist mystique doesn't hold a candle to your weaponized incompetence. You were never very good at loading the dishwasher anyway. What Mary Wollstonecraft was to advocacy for women's education, you are to advocacy for calling taking care of your own kid babysitting. It's time for the deadbeat woman to rise up, and by that I mean go out for a pack of cigs and come back with a lil puppy that everyone but you gets to take care of.
Stop and wait a sec. When you look at me like that, my darling, what did you...
Their privilege is showing, and I don't even think they realize it, because it actually seems that they have run out of legitimate things to complain about. Instead of worrying about a man walking behind them, now men can't even walk in front of a woman. It really seems that men can't do anything right, and some women don't realize how lucky they actually are that they have to find things to nitpick about to complain about men.
Okay, let's talk. A lot of women want a masculine man, but then you all show up in the relationship acting like his competition, not his counterpart. You say you want a leadership, presence, effort, protection, but your energy blocks every single thing you say you want. So let me break this down real quick, because if you can't embody these 5 traits, you're not calling in masculine energy, you're repelling it. Number 1, receptivity. Girl, let him show up. Some of you want a man to lead, but you argue with him every time he tries. You want him to plan, but you reject every suggestion. A man doesn't rise where he's micromanaged. He rises where he's received. Second, emotional softness. Listen, hyper-independence looks glamorous on Instagram, but in real life, men don't fall for hardness. They fall for warmth. Softness isn't about crying in the corner. It's the vibe, the way you talk to him, the way you look at him, the way you open up without making him feel like he's walking into a fire zone. Softness doesn't make you weak. It makes you magnetic. Third, appreciation. Here's a secret men don't tell you. They notice everything you appreciate and everything you don't. You don't have to throw a parade. Just acknowledge the effort. Men are simple. What gets appreciated gets repeated. What gets criticized gets deleted. If you want consistency, you better recognize effort, because no man keeps pouring into a woman who acts like it's bare minimum. Number 4, emotional accountability. And this one separates grown women from emotional toddlers. Your triggers, your wounds, your past hurt, that's your homework. A man cannot fix pain he didn't cause. And when you throw emotional chaos at him every time you're overwhelmed, you're being irresponsible. Accountability sounds like, I'm upset, but I know this isn't all on you. This is my trigger, not your disrespect. Men don't run away from emotions. They run away from blame. Number 5, respect. The one thing that turns a man from I'm here for a good time to I'm here for the long term. Respect doesn't mean yes, sir. Respect his tone. Respect is not talking to him sideways. Respect is not emasculating him because you're annoyed. Respect is not comparing him to other men, like a TikTok trend. By the way, stop doing that. If you can't speak to him with respect when you're mad, he'll never trust you with his heart when he's soft. Respect is the entry point to his masculinity. Not beauty, not vibes, respect. Feminine energy isn't about dresses, makeup, or being girly. It's about your emotional posture. Your softness invites his strength. Your receptivity invites his leadership. Your appreciation invites his consistency. Your accountability invites his vulnerability. Your respect invites his commitment. And if you're not getting masculinity from him, check the energy you're giving.
Today we're playing Matchmaker with
Mark.
Are you single?
I am.
How old are you?
43.
Tell me about the type of relationship dynamic you'd be interested in getting into.
With someone who's kind, high energy, funny, got their own stuff going on.
Are you interested in having children somewhere down the line? Do you already have children?
I don't have any children, and yeah, I'm interested, yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a partner in a healthcare consultancy.
What do you like to do for fun? What are some of your hobbies, your interests?
Being from England, I'm like big into football, soccer, and tennis, and I also play in a band and sing and play guitar in a band as well here, and used to do one in London as well. So, yeah.
What type of music do you play?
We do like pop, rock, classics, and we'd quite like to do like mashups of them and stuff as well, so it's kind of cool.
Awesome. What are some of your favorite spots to go out to here in New York City?
I love Barbuto, Ostermill, Chouquette, these kind of places.
Do you have something that would be an ultimate deal breaker for you?
Not wanting kids, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not like massive on smoking and things like that, so I guess they'd be the two.
What would be your ultimate dream first date? You have unlimited fun, sky's the limit, you can do anything you'd like. What would you like to do?
The romantic in me would say, let's go back to Europe. Let's like hit something up in like one of my like old haunts in like London, rooftop bar, Big Ben, something like that. Let's play the British. But maybe in New York, just something a bit more simple, like chilled out, like cocktail bar, view of the city, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, well, if anyone is interested in Mark, send us a message or comment down below, and we'll put you in touch.
7-figure salary. Right. I need him to be at least 5'10". I feel like that's generous. Most men are 5'10" or above. So I need him to be at least 5'10". I need him to be obviously in very good shape. I need him to have a full head of hair. I want him to have an impeccable wardrobe. I want his suits to be tailored. I want him to look good in greens and blues because those are complementary to what I look good in. Absolutely no jewelry. Absolutely no tattoos.
Okay.
Unless the only tattoo that would be acceptable would be a very small tattoo if he were in a secret society. Never been married, no kids. I want to be his first wife. Our children are going to be his only children. No allergies. Has to like animals.
You would think it's a script, bro.
I would prefer that he's a cat person, but if he's a dog person, that's okay.
Somebody making 7 figures, go do it, your mom. No, bro. Like, bro, she look like paint drying, bro.
To everybody who was talking about the dad who jumped over the Disney cruise ship to save his daughter, listen to this new information that Broward County Police released. I made this video a couple of months ago, and the comment section is insane. People assuming that the father did this. He's no hero for what he did. The man had a spinal fracture. Yeah, he's not even the one who put her on the porthole railing. The mother did to take photos. Broward County has released that the three of them were walking on deck 4 when mom stopped with the daughter and put her on the railing to take a picture. Now, according to police, mom said she believed that there was plexiglass on the porthole. After the little girl fell in, dad heard mom screaming, and without hesitation, he jumped in and he saved her. When he jumped in, he couldn't see her because of the waves, and so he heard her screaming, and he told her, keep screaming, keep screaming. He was eventually able to find her in the water, and with a spinal fracture, he was able to tread water for 20 minutes until they were rescued. He was surprised that they were rescued. And as a parent, I know that he jumped in knowing the chances were slim to none, but he wasn't letting his baby girl go alone. So as I said in my first video, he's a hero.
You know, kind of looking at that clip where she was saying, hey, we got a single guy right here. Name is Mark. I think he said he was 43. That's how a lot of men are. You know, he doesn't look like a bad guy. Hey, I like to be active. I like a woman that has her own stuff. Y'all be saying that men don't like it if you have your own stuff. Men are okay with that. It's just that you be trying to put it in a man's face, trying to make it seem like you're better than him, and you're not. This is, hey, you know, I play in a band. I like football or soccer. You know, I'm romantic, so I'd like to go if I could, you know, if my lady would oblige and, you know, we had the option to do that. I'd like to go to my hometown and kind of have a look around and see where you came from. And he really wants to go and do things where it's scenic. You walk around or you drive around, maybe in a car, maybe on a bike, right? Or a moped. That's what y'all like. Y'all like that. That's plenty of people doing that stuff in these Hallmark movies, in these books. That's what you like, right? So he's wanting to do that type of stuff with you. He said, but if we're in New York, we can hit up a bar or a cocktail lounge. You like that stuff. So he's right up your alley. And most men are. Most men are. I can get, maybe I'm not as fancy or whatever, but I am a romantic guy. I do like, you know, to kind of slow down and appreciate things. Just haven't found anybody to do it with. Modern women, oh, you're too masculine, never show your feelings. He'd tell you right now, that's him showing his feelings.
To all the stay-at-home moms, I feel like you're lying.
He goes on to explain how easy it is to be a stay-at-home dad. And hear me out, because some of y'all are going to take offense to what I'm about to say. I've been a stay-at-home dad. I've been a single dad for many, many years. I homeschooled my daughter for 8 years. I've worked, come home, taking care of my daughter. And let me tell y'all something, man. It's easy. My daughter's 11. It's not hard. It is the easier job. That's why we gave it to them. It's not going out into the world and hunting. It's not going out into the world and building bridges. It's not going out into the world and doing hard work. It's not hard. I'm telling you, man. Most of the women in the comments were like, oh, it's one kid. But the whole thing is that you don't get any breaks. We like doing it because we have a sense of duty behind it. It's enjoyable for men to see their children get raised up. Why isn't it enjoyable for you? That's what you need to ask yourself. You don't enjoy it. You feel like you need a constant break because you're the weaker vessel. It's not hard. Raising up children is extremely easy. Enjoy that.
Sorry, are you two a couple?
We are.
Would you mind telling us the quick story of how you first met?
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You don't.
We got a story. So it was 1994, and we just passed each other on the street.
I looked back to see if she looked as good going as she did coming. And what did I see?
We just had a moment.
I see her looking back at me.
And then that night, I was coming home from a blind date. Went into my apartment building, opened up my front door, and in walks this guy. And my date's standing right there. He walks by, and I'm like, hey, didn't I meet you today? And he's like, hi, I'm Tom. I live in 4D. I was like, you live in my building?
I was like, shit, she lives in my building.
I lived there a whole year. He walked by my front door every day for a year. Never saw him once. First date, 5 days later, decided to get married on our first date.
2 hours into our first date, we decided to get married.
Walked around New York City for like 5 hours.
29 days after the first day we passed each other on the street, we went down to Center Street and got married.
Yep, flipped. We didn't tell anyone. Called our parents the next day.
That's amazing. 31 years in.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about her?
She's so earnest and she's so honest.
That's it.
No.
What about my beauty?
Well, I will say this. I'm still totally attracted to her all the time.
How did you know so early on, within 29 days, that you wanted to get married?
It was like an aura. He's the one. He's the one. He's the one.
I had never looked at a girl like this where I couldn't see anything else around her.
It was like a blur.
She was the only thing in focus. When I was around her, I just felt like throwing up the whole time. I couldn't meet for like the whole time I was first married.
What advice would you give to a new couple that just met want to make it 30 years like you guys?
You cannot put yourself first. You must put the other person first all the time. Our happiness comes from the fact that our marriage has been almost a competition to see who can treat who better.
And what are your names?
I'm Tom.
I'm Lisa.
And thank you so much.
It's hard for these women out here. Y'all got it bad. Women got it bad nowadays. Y'all got it bad.
I'm crying at a man saying we got it bad.
Oh, it's horrible for y'all. You thought if a woman was saying the perfect man, and it is not your opinion, just what you think most women would say the perfect man is.
The girls, like the stuff that you see people talking about on Twitter and stuff like that, people just want to, like, it's honestly very easy for men out here if you have money. Because it's just want money in this day and age.
Okay, so how many percentage of black men do you think got money? It's less than 6% across America America that's in that over 100K. We're not even getting to the 200K. I'm talking about never been in jail. If we put that down, not if he's bisexual or into other different orientations. We ain't put that in there. And as a man you really got, you probably can only pick out 3% of black men out here that you can say, I want him. And you don't think the 3% of men know that I know? Like when I'm in that, I know. I'm a unicorn at this point.
So what we're saying is we don't know the unicorns at this point.
And I think we need to stop going for unicorns, start looking for little horsies, some ponies. You don't need to go for unicorns. Not everybody needs that.
He said lower your standards.
Yeah, stop going for the unicorn.
They're trying to control me. They're trying to control me. I really don't think it's control if it's aiming for your improvement. Unpopular opinion. Y'all be sitting here talking about no, because they're trying to control me. They're trying to control me. Maybe they're trying to redirect you. Maybe they're trying to help you. Maybe they're trying to guide you because guess what? They see the coming before it actually happens. Maybe. Maybe instead of fighting change, we should embrace it. Maybe they're telling you these things because you need to hear them. That's why you don't want to hear them. Sometimes the things we don't like to hear is the things we need to hear the most. And I know this is a fear, but these are thoughts you need to hold near. Because growth and self-improvement are needed in order to overcome your fears.
If my husband talked to me the way that I talk to him sometimes, I would be in a literal puddle. Sometimes I am so mean to that man, and he's always so kind. And I know that if he ever returned the same words and the same tone, I would cry.
You know what the saddest part is that I can't even say that this man can only take so much and that he will someday potentially leave, and you're going to be left thinking, why? What happened? I honestly can't say that because I don't think that's what's going to happen, because I know good men and I know that they will stay. I think that a lot of that has to do with men actually loving greater than women. They love and stay even when there's a lack of kindness, effort, reciprocation, happiness. So when a woman comes on and she's very obviously aware of her lack of kindness, for her to not talk about sitting down with her husband and taking accountability and apologizing on top of changing, it's kind of sad.
And a man is in a relationship for love. If
No.
you're in a real, what is he in a relationship for?
You tell us that. That's a good question. What do you think men is in
Love.
Y'all said no.
What
Hell
else?
no.
What am I getting besides somebody saying they love me?
So you think men?
What am I here for if all I'm getting is what you're saying you're giving me?
Which is the love.
What am I getting? So what am I here for? You name it.
It got to be love because there's nothing else that's coming.
Thank you.
I don't believe that though.
That's the up part about it.
I don't believe that.
That's the up part about what the else am I getting?
That's a fact, but I don't believe that. But that is a fact.
That's the part about being delusional as a woman.
Yeah, you're right. Because you're not really getting nothing else. And if a man is really there, it's got to be because he loves you.
Thank you.
Because he don't got to be there.
That's why I say men love unconditionally, women love conditionally.
That's a fact.
That's the truth. Like at the end of the day, I ain't getting else.
Damn.
Listen, little babies, to my ladies, we're going to have to stop all this wanting to be led, but then we want to lead at the same time. You can't do both. You're going to have to pick one, okay? And I get it, we be in, survival mode and dealing with trauma, but you're going to have to learn how to put that down and learn how to let a man lead. And in order to even do that in the first place, you're going to have to understand what a leader is, what he look like when you see one. Okay, because we get confused a lot of times with leading comes with just someone knowing how to provide. Providing is not the only thing that determines a leader. And if you know, the system is set against us. It's not women and men versus each other. It's them against us. And they understand the power there it is when we have a family unit. They understand the power that comes with structure. You're going to have to put that down. It's not your role. It's not your job. Let these men do what they're supposed to do. Sit the back and shut up.
Wait, watch it again. Let's watch it again.
An extraordinary man is literally just an average woman. Oh, wow, he cooks, he cleans, he communicates, he's emotionally intelligent, has a job, is reliable, amazing, best man you've ever heard of in your life, right? Name one woman you know who's not all of those things. It's because we are.
Well, I would say she has a great point, except for a couple things. Going to the moon, dunking a basketball in traffic, inventing the iPhone, inventing the airplane, running a mile under 4 minutes, building the Empire State Building, fighting in every war, the road you drive on, building that, the car that you are riding in, every invention, every vaccine, mining, scuba diver, the building that you live in, a man built that. Throwing a touchdown, the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, World War I, World War II.
I can't tell if women are saying they are the table because they really believe that, or they really just don't know what to bring to the table. But what I was taught a woman is supposed to bring to the table is, number one, respect. Number two, an open mind. Number three, the ability to be taught and to be led. Number three, assistance, support. Number four, a good attitude. Be happy, be loving, be warm, be vulnerable. Okay? And then you're supposed to bring questions if you have them. Okay? Be authentic, be selfless, be ready to give. Okay? Don't be looking for what you could take. Give as much as you can as a woman. Okay? And then everything that you gather from all of that, teach it to your children. Be prepared to teach those kids. Somebody once said to me, don't have children if you're not prepared to teach them what you've learned. That hit deep for me.
And, you know, she's right. A lot of these modern women, if we're honest, they don't have a lot to teach their children. It's all focused on them. They're always focused on themselves. That's, you know, what they want. Yeah, I'm trying to learn more so I can get more for myself. And if I happen to have a kid, they kind of go with me, right? Because you're a necessary part of me. A lot of these modern women see their kids as leeches. They see their husband as a dope. And so I go first, then the kids. Well, honestly, I go first, I go second, I go third, then the kids, then the dog, then the husband. They do that type of stuff. So a lot of these modern women aren't fit to be in a relationship. They're not fit to have kids, to be honest with you. They're not fit to be raising a family because they really don't have a lot of values that you need to be instilling in kids. They don't really have a lot of values that you need to be spreading out to the world and sharing with the world. A lot of modern women are selfish. A lot of modern women are conceited. They only think about themselves. I want to be a passenger princess. I want. As a matter of fact, a lot of times the kids, when they're about 5 or 6, are more mature than these modern women. A 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, I want. When you start getting like 5, 6, 7, then you start to, okay, maybe I can share with some. And even some of these younger kids that are like 1 or 2, they still going to be, you know, you still going to come to the terrible twos, right? You still going to have that. No, give me this, mine, da da da. But sometimes they'll pop out and say, you want some, or you want to share, or something like that. And it'll be cute. That's about the maturity level of modern women. They get right there into the terrible twos, and then that's about where they stop.